We bring you the lunch edition of MBC News with me, Opile Kaisa. Our top stories. Vice President Dr. Jen Ansah commends Miss Malawi for utilizing her platform to drive youth empowerment. Traditional leaders urge to refrain from clinging to customary land whenever public development projects are proposed in their areas. And over 111,000 farmers in Tiolo district risk facing hunger after downy mildew disease attacked over 11,000 hectares of maize fields. And now the news in detail. Vice President Dr. Jen Ansah has commended Miss Malawi Tandi Chisi for using her platform to promote meaningful change. On Friday, the Vice President received Chisi, who paid a courtesy call on her at Capitol Hill in Lilongwe. Dr. Ansah congratulated Ms. Chisi on her reign and encouraged her to remain focused and committed to initiatives that uplift the youth, stressing the importance of cultivating a culture of productivity and self-reliance among young people. Dr. Ansah further emphasized that youth must be encouraged to pursue opportunities through determination and hard work rather than depending on handouts, noting that sustainable development can only be achieved when young people take initiative and responsibility. Government reaffirms its commitment to advancing sexual and reproductive health and rights, highlighting that strong collaborations with development partners are vital for improving service delivery. Director of Health Services in the Ministry of Health, Nkhani, underscored the vital role of the Norwegian government in improving Malawi's health outcomes. He was speaking in Lilongwe during a visit to Bwaila Hospital by parliamentarians and civil society leaders from Norway. Zomwe reports.
A delegation of members of Norway Parliament pledged continued support to Malawi during a visit to Bwaila Hospital in Lilongwe. The visit, facilitated by the Family Planning Association of Malawi, FIPAM, gave the parliamentarians an opportunity to appreciate how local health facilities deliver essential sexual and reproductive health services. Director of Health Services in the Ministry of Health, Nkhani, commended Norway for its timely support towards the health sector.
We are congested in as far as most of the facilities in the cities is concerned. We here in Lilongwe we're talking about Bwaila, but also Kamuzu Central Hospital. So in our effort to decongest Bwaila and Kamuzu Central Hospital, with guidance from the Ministry of Health, we have since promoted the facilities along urban facilities into community hospital, but that is almost still on paper. So we would really use their assistance to at least add infrastructure and equipment in these facilities so that we can at least improve but also decongest these facilities.
Norwegian parliamentarian Kathy Lee praised Malawian health workers for their dedication despite facing numerous challenges.
Our job when we come home and have seen this in real life is to tell all our colleagues about it and also to enhance the work on supporting you even more.
FIPAM Executive Director Donald Makwakwa described Norway as a key development partner, noting that the Norwegian government is currently funding one of the organization's projects in Malawi.
For us, our expectation is that they have learned. Now they have first-hand information in terms of what is needed in Malawi, and we believe them being members of parliament and considering that the Norwegian government has been a very long partner to the Malawi government, this is also going to inform them when it comes to making positions on foreign aid, particularly aid to Malawi, that would enable them to address the issues that they have identified or experienced on the ground here in Malawi.
The delegation from Norway is visiting Malawi this week to assess progress made in advancing sexual and reproductive health and rights. Chinsisi Moyo, MBC News, Lilongwe.
Senior Chief Chumala of Mangochi district has urged traditional leaders to refrain from clinging to customary land whenever public development projects are proposed in the areas. Chumala said this at Nkwanda village when the Catholic Church in the Diocese of Mangochi was handing over a school block to the village. The infrastructure has been constructed by well-wishers from Italy to ease mobility challenges pupils were facing to access education in the area. The senior chief noted that some projects in the country do not take off because people, including traditional leaders, refuse to let go of their land, making it difficult for government and other development partners to roll out landmark projects. Francis Banda has filed this report read by Owen Mavula.
There was excitement among learners, parents and guardians at Nkwanda village in the area of Senior Chief Chimwala in Mangochi, following the handover of 2 school blocks, teachers' houses and other school infrastructure constructed by well-wishers to make education more accessible. The idea to construct a school in the village was hatched after observing that learners from the area were walking long distance to nearby schools in Milambe, Nandapiche and Mpinganjira to access education, a distance of about 5 to 7 kilometers. Speaking after the handover ceremony, Senior Chief Chimwala commended village headman Nkwanda for providing his customary land for the construction of the school and has since urged other traditional leaders to borrow a leaf from Nkwanda.
When giving out land for development projects, traditional leaders must also consider land size. Provide enough land that will accommodate project expansion when there is a need to do so.
Commenting on the matter, village headman Nkwanda said having projects of such magnitude require concerted efforts and a shared vision among community members, noting that the provision of the land itself required his family lineage to agree to let out the land for the school project.
Firstly, I had to discuss with my relatives and we agreed that there should be a school here because our children were struggling to access education. 2 farming fields were released for the construction of this school, which could not be possible if they had refused.
In his remarks, coordinator of the school project, Martin Milanzi, applauded communities in the area for being development conscious.
In my speech, I mentioned that it is not easy for a village to provide an area or a place to construct a certain development. So I wanted to appreciate the Chief Nkwanda for providing this area for this development.
A Catholic priest, Father Joseph Kimu, mobilized resources from his partners in Italy after realizing that children in Nkwanda village were traveling long distance to access education.
Chisanko Watch is calling for effective implementation of recommendations made by local observers following the consolidation and verification of findings from the 2025 General Election Observer Mission. National Coordinator for the Catholic Commission for Justice and Peace, the lead organization for Chisanko Watch, Louis Nsiandungu, said this in Lilongwe after presenting the recommendations. He said the step will help address the challenges that affected the 2025 elections and prevent similar problems in future polls. Beatrice Murphy reports.
Among the key recommendations was the need for the Malawi Electoral Commission to strengthen contingency planning for biometric voter identification devices. Observers also said the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties should enhance collaboration with law enforcers and the Anti-Corruption Bureau to support investigations and enforcement of political finance violations. They further recommended that Parliament undertake a comprehensive review of the Political Parties Act and other electoral legislation. Civil society organizations were also urged to embrace local resource mobilization initiatives to support their work. National Coordinator of the Catholic Commission for Justice and Peace, which leads Chisanko Watch, Louis Nsiandungu, said the aim was to strengthen public confidence, enhance transparency, and improve institutional performance.
We will continue engaging different partners. As we have rightly heard that after this there will be a comprehensive report that we'll be sharing with all the stakeholders. After that we'll be following up what recommendations are being addressed and how are they being addressed. And I think Malawi Electoral Commission is an institution that is a living institution which will have its doors open and will be knocking on their doors to follow up on these particular recommendations if they are being followed.
One of the organizations that took part in the exercise was the Malawi Council for Disability Affairs, Makoda. Its public relations officer, Harriet Kachimanga, said there was a need for the country to develop disability disaggregated data for use in all stages of the electoral cycle. She said this will enable provision of tailored assistance to people with different forms of disabilities and promote inclusiveness.
Moving forward, we believe that the Malawi Electoral Commission, as the major stakeholder in all this, will take on board what we have recommended. And in addition to that, all other stakeholders who are here will also put it in board, because disability is a cross-cutting issue. We do not expect Makoda or other organizations of persons with disabilities to put in place or to cater for persons with disabilities, but everyone should work. We should work hand in hand. It should be a collective effort for everyone.
Other local observers who participated in the consolidation and validation of the findings included the Center for Human Rights and Rehabilitation, Malawi Human Rights Commission, Center for Multi-Party Democracy, and MISA Malawi. Beatrice Mwape, MBC News, Lilongwe.
You are watching MBC News. A reminder of our top stories. Vice President Dr. Jen Ansah commends Miss Malawi for utilizing her platform to drive youth empowerment. Traditional leaders urge to refrain from clinging to customary land whenever public development projects are proposed in their areas. And over 111,000 farmers in Tiolo district risk facing hunger after downy mildew disease attacked over 11,000 hectares of maize fields. Welcome back. Bishop Joseph Zomwe of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in Malawi, ELCM, has called for a shift from short-term relief support to long-term implementation of sustainable measures to empower communities affected by floods and drought in the country. Bishop Zomwe made the remarks at Traditional Authority Mwadzama in Nkhotakota district during the handover of food items to families affected by flash floods and dry spell in the area. We have a report.
The Evangelical Lutheran Church in Malawi has so far reached out to 600 affected households under its Madisi, Doa, Salima and Nkhotakota deaneries. The food items include maize flour, beans, salt and cooking oil. Speaking after making the donation in Nkhotakota, Bishop Zomwe said ELCM is now looking beyond the provision of relief support and is considering coming up with sustainable measures that will help communities become self-reliant. He then urged the affected people to remain hopeful as the church is there to support them.
We are glad that among many others who are coming to Nkhotakota, the Evangelical Lutheran Church, in its own small way, is also here. Today, here in Nkaika, yesterday we were at Nkhotakota Boma for some of the people victims there, as well as at Duangwa, where the floods were even worse. So some of our team members went to Duangwa, and some were in Nkhotakota Boma, and today we are here in Nkaika, as you have seen. A number of families have also gathered here, and we are happy to be able to give them the little that we could.
One of the beneficiaries, Elena Benson from Muntalanje Village, Traditional Authority Mwadzama, commended the church for the support.
I was heavily affected by the flash floods. The field that I was cultivating got washed away, and I have nothing to start from. This support will change my life, as I will have food for some days to come.
Nkhotakota District Council's Disaster Risk Management Officer, Romachinga Nkata, has thanked the church for the initiative, which she said will assist the affected families in the recovery process. Doreen Sonani, MBC, Nkhotakota.
Over 111,000 farmers in Tiolo district are reportedly facing food insecurity after downy mildew disease attacked over 11,000 hectares of maize fields. The District Director of Agriculture Services, Jackson Mvula, revealed this when they distributed tubers to the affected farmers as part of government's efforts to mitigate the impact. The affected farmers have since thanked government for the timely response. Johanna Jizomola spoke to Jackson Mvula.
The government has come in with an intervention. We are providing roots and tubers to replant. We are distributing cassava and sweet potato vines. For sweet potato, we have been given 44,000 bundles of sweet potato vines, which is going to be distributed in all 6 EPAs. For cassava, we have been given 20,000 bundles for cassava cuttings. Now, these are the interventions that the farmers who have uprooted their maize, they can replant. We feel like once they are going to plant sweet potato and cassava, it will be a relief to them, just because after harvesting, they are going to sell and buy maize.
Acting Executive Director of the Malawi Institute of Education, Jennings Kaira, says imparting a culture of tree planting among primary school students is a sure way of securing a sustainable future for environmental conservation. Kaira made the remarks in Zomwe during the launch of MIE's tree planting season. Blessings Zabuka has details in this report.
Speaking at the event, Malawi Institute of Education Acting Executive Director Jennings Kaira urged staff from the institute and learners from Domasi Government Primary School to extend the exercise to their respective communities.
Malawi Institute of Education being a curriculum center, we are living by example, because in our curriculum, in several career subjects such as agriculture, biology, social studies and other subjects, we have emphasized in our students doing practicals by actually planting trees in their schools. So here we are demonstrating what we have put in the curriculum. And the current curriculum is what we call competency-based curriculum, whereby we believe in students demonstrating the knowledge that they've gained and also demonstrating the skills that they've gained in the classroom. So part of practical work in agriculture, it involves our students planting trees.
He emphasized that MIE has a duty to contribute meaningfully to the broader development of society, noting that environmental conservation is a fundamental responsibility for everyone. In her remarks, a Standard 7 learner at Domasi Government Primary School, Priscilla Kaima, encouraged her fellow learners to embrace the culture of tree planting and take an active role in protecting the environment. She explains how a tree is planted.
First, we make a hole, and when a hole is laid there, we take our planting, then we take topsoil, put it on the hole, and we remove the plastic paper. When we remove the plastic paper, we take our planting and plant it, then take the subsoil and put it properly, then press our hands on the soil so that the plant should look properly.
The Malawi Institute of Education plans to plant 2,050 trees during this year's tree planting season. Blessings Zabuka, MBC, Zomwe.
The Malawi Revenue Authority, MRA, says it plans to plant 200,000 trees before the end of the 2025-2026 forestry season. The authority made the remarks at Mitundu Primary School in Lilongwe, where it donated and planted 300 fruit tree seedlings as part of its environmental conservation drive. Miriam Kaliza has compiled this report read by Sheila Kasambiza.
As part of its conservation drive, the Malawi Revenue Authority set aside its tax collection duties and planted 300 fruit trees at Mitundu Primary School. The exercise was led by Deputy Commissioner for Domestic Taxes, Nase Jamdimba. The ceremony attracted traditional leaders, parents, and learners. Lilongwe District Council Chairperson Sekani Kamsikidi expressed gratitude for the gesture and described the exercise as timely, saying he will ensure that relevant authorities take care of the trees. He noted that it has been a challenge in the past as different companies have planted trees that often fail to survive due to lack of proper care.
We are glad that MRI has brought us trees to plant. The main challenge over the years has been the survival of the trees. As the councillor of this area, I will ensure that chiefs, parents and the learners themselves take part in caring for these trees.
The head teacher for Mitundu Primary School, Peter Msiambili, welcomes the initiative, saying the fruit trees are important to the school, and he assured MRA that the trees will be taken care of in collaboration with chiefs and parents.
In collaboration with the community as a school, we will work hand in hand to ensure that all the tree seedlings are well protected.
The 2025 to 2026 tree planting season was officially launched on 16 January. This season, about 41 million trees are expected to be planted nationwide.
The Malawi Police Service has commended the Japanese government for boosting police services through the donation of musical instruments. The Inspector General of Police, Richard Luhanga, said this when receiving the instruments in Lilongwe while praising the strong cooperation between Malawi and Japan. Our reporter Mpatso Matai has compiled this report read by Mangochi.
Speaking during the handover ceremony, Luhanga said the donated equipment will help to boost the brass band activities, including the recruitment of the new band members and improved training sessions. He added that the equipment is also essential in advocating for social security and community mobilization through music.
You cannot talk of Malawi Police Service without talking of the police band. The police band is the embodiment of the Malawi Police Service, but also Malawi as a country. This band is a very big capability, it's a very big tool that we use in terms of fighting crime. We use it to spread different messages, both the police orchestra band and the brass band, through the music that they play. And when we go out there, a lot of people come, Malawians, to listen to this band as we spread them. So with this donation that we've got today, it will enable us to be able to do our work very easily.
In his remarks, Japanese ambassador to Malawi, Naito Yasushi, said the donation symbolizes the strong ties between Malawi and Japan. He has since pledged Japan's continued support to Malawi in different sectors, including that of security.
We are also thankful of all the police service dedication of protecting Malawian people. But not only that, protecting the people of Japan origin here in Malawi, including those Japanese volunteers. And we have a lot of collaboration apart from these donations.
Japan has been supporting Malawi Police Brass Band with equipment since 2004, and this particular donation comprises of 30 units of music equipment, which includes saxophone, trumpets, French horn, and others.
And that's the news for now. A recap of our top stories before we leave. Vice President Dr. Jane Ansah commends Ms. Malawi for utilizing her platform to drive youth empowerment. Traditional leaders urge to refrain from clinging to customary land whenever public development projects are proposed in their areas. And over 111,000 farmers in Tiolo district risk facing hunger after downy mildew disease attacked over 11,000 hectares of maize fields. Keep up to date with our news coverage on our digital platforms by scanning the QR code at the top right corner of your TV screen. You are with me, Upile Kaisa. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Sabaraino mu program ya Woman Talk.
Anthu ambiri masiku ano tili maudani opatsirana.
Anthu tukuti tikupita kopemphera. Komano machali chimo ndimene somagona kwambiri miseche.
Ndeti peza kuti machimo osamene ali pa dziko lapansi pano chiyambi chake ndi nsanje.
Mzimu opasirana maudani uchepe inu kumwamba isiri utizapita ndipo tikawiruzidwa pa mpando wa chifumu.
Iyayi amene ajanda afiti kunyumba kwawo kuchamusa akakulozani.
Ineyo ndi nzanga nducheza naye. Ndesi ndilolanso kuti akacheze ndi wina. Khanga tili chibwenzi kuti mamuna ndi mkazi.